What is up and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Flippin' Stoop. I made a video earlier about, I hope everybody had a good 2022 on eBay. I think there was some rocky times, especially come December. It was a strange month for us, as well as November actually. So in this video, I am going to go over a formula that I just sat down and created that will help you obtain whatever goal you're reaching for, and it'll help bring success in 2023. So that's what this whole video is going to be about, and I'm going to jump right into it. It is 11 different things. There might be some different things that maybe I left out, and there may be some different intervals that will work different for you. Apply your own. But if you stick to these principles right here on a daily basis, I believe you'll hit your goals when it comes to reselling. If somebody walks in, I apologize. I'm shooting it in a different area today. But number one, this is what nobody wants to do. I don't want to do it. Around your exercise and whatever it is you do throughout your day. Pick a time that works for you. Stick with it, because a consistent routine works. And this is going to kind of correlate with number one. A consistent routine works because of this. If you're doing it every day from 6 p.m. at night till 10 o'clock at night, or maybe 8 o'clock at night, whatever works for you, right? If you're doing it every day at that time, and you're doing it for 90 days, like the goal setting was, you'll be able to know, you'll see your growth, and you'll see what needs to be adjusted. But if you're all over the place and you don't know when you're going to list and you don't know when you're going to do photos, and you're going to be a complete mess, and you're not going to know what needs fixing, because everything will need fixing. Okay, so pick a time that works for you and stick with it for the next 90 days. Okay, fine. This is a no-brainer to me, but some of you might just be starting, right? Find items that will sell. Bottom line, do your research. Right? You got your phone in your hand, you're at a Goodwill, you're at a garage sale, don't be afraid to pull that thing out and do your research and see if any of that item that you just found actually sold, right? Now, just because any of them items didn't sell doesn't mean they won't, because I've sold items like that, but you want to find items that are actually selling. Okay? Number four, now all these are not in chronological order. You choose how you're going to do it, right? But this one, number four, I think is very important, and it saves a lot of time. Do all photography before you start listing. It is it corrupts your mind. It confuses you. It makes your mind do more than it has to do. When you're taking 12 photos, well, now you can list almost, 32? You can put 32 photos up. That's something new. Recently, when I first started, the max you could do was 12. Okay, so that's what I do. If I take 12 photos and then list an item, then package it and put it in this poly bag and put it away, I'm wasting time. I can get all my photos done. If I'm listing 30 items today, I can get all my photos done between 30 and 45 minutes max, depending on what type of photography I have to do, right? So do all your photos before you list. It'll save you time in the long run. Now, number five is controversial. You do it the way you want to do it. Revise items daily. You pick how many items you revise daily. Now, when I revise items, I'm not going in and switching item specifics and changing titles. Now, maybe you need to do that on some, right? And that's okay to do. When I'm talking about revising items, I'm changing my item price by $1 or $2. It takes me about 3 seconds to 5 seconds per item to do it, right? As fast as my computer will upload that is as fast as it takes. So revise items daily and pick a number, just like you're going to list, and do that every single day. It don't matter if it's 5, don't matter if it's 10. I mean, the more you do, I think the better. But some people don't have 100 items in their inventory to revise 100 items a day. You'd be revising the same items every single day, right? So do that daily. Now, if you're just getting started and you're at 1, right? And you're going to go, you're going to list 2 items a day, maybe revise once a week, right? Or twice a week. And what I mean by doing that is just dropping your price by $1 or finding out the value. I've done this many times, guys and girls, where I found out the value was actually greater than what I had it listed by like 20 bucks. And that's the why it was somebody, people thought something was wrong with it. Why is it listed so low? So I increased the price and it sold in minutes or hours, whatever, right? Okay, so number 6, sell similar items. Guys, this is literally, if you write this down and you follow this to a T every single day, this is what I do every single day, right? And it works. It's been working for us. Okay, it works for me. So I know it'll work for you too. Number 6 is sell similar items. This is why I say a niche is very important. But if you're not going to do a niche, say you got a thing for electronics, you got a thing for hoodies, you got a thing for shoes, you got a thing for earrings, you got a thing, for 6 or 8 different niches, right? Well, then keep looking for them 6 or 8 different niches, right? It'll help you. It'll help eBay know what traffic to send you. That's, you can look at every reseller's platform on YouTube and you'll be able to see that. Number 7, we went over this a lot this past few days. It is undoubtedly believe that it is possible for you. So believe in yourself and know you have what it takes to make it. Okay. Number 8 is obvious as shit. Ship the items that sell, right? And ship them on time. If you could say that you got 1 day shipping and an item sells at 11 o'clock in the morning and the post office don't close till 5, you better get that package to the post office before it closes. eBay don't like it when you don't do that, right? If you say you got 1 day shipping or 3 day shipping, get it out in that time allotted. Number 9, a lot of people overlook this, having great customer service. Look, everybody's not as good with certain people as other people are, right? But if you want to be a good reseller, I strongly encourage you to get back with your customers, answer their questions, thank them for choosing you, give them feedback when they give you feedback, give them feedback when they don't give you feedback. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about good customer service. Whether they are right or not, make the customer feel valued and important and make their topic. It might be something dumb. You guys and girls, I just had a customer buy 2 pairs of jogging pants from me, and they were both in excellent condition when they left here. He decided to message me and say, what do I do? One of the seams, the seam came loose. I'm like, well, can you send me a photo? He sends me a photo, and from the crotch all the way down to the knees ripped. Now, I know I would not send out a package that looks like, I wouldn't even list something that looked like that, right? So, I couldn't say that he was right in that matter because I would have never sent a package. I said, I would be okay with sending you a partial refund, but dude, you tried some skinny jeans on, they didn't fit, and you squatted down and picked something up, and you blew the seams out. That's not my fault. You bought a pair of pants that don't fit, right? But I still made him feel valuable. I gave him a partial refund, and he don't have to return the item, and he was okay with that. So, getting back into it. The customer service is important. Number 10, I always encourage this. Now, it's up to you. You don't have to. Look, this is solely up to you, but I'm going to explain why I do. Allow offers. I say this because I sell about 40% of my items through offers that I receive on a daily basis. About 40% of my sales. So if I do $100 in sales this hour, $40 of them sales came from offers, is what I'm telling you. And that goes up to if I sell 4,000, right? So think about that. It's up to you, but I encourage it. And number 11, be disciplined and consistent. Outside of this formula right here, I don't really believe, there could be a couple things that you can vary, but where I feel strongly where a lot of resellers go wrong, they try something for 3 weeks, it don't work, and they quit. You didn't try long enough. You didn't give it long enough. This is why I say set a goal, pick an amount you're going to list. It don't matter if it's 6, it don't matter if it's 2, it don't matter if it's 60. Whatever you choose is up to you, right? You know where you're at. You know what inventory you can get. So you have to pick the number to you. Don't compare yourself to anybody else that's listing 80 if all you can list is 2. Who cares, right? You're starting your journey. So pick that number and list that amount of items for 90 days. People think, well, Justin, I listed that number for 40 days and, I'm really not seeing much difference. You didn't give it long enough. eBay, it takes time for you to build a reputable relationship with eBay. You're not going to do it in 3 weeks. You're not going to do it in 6 weeks. I'm not telling you you're not going to get any sales in 3 weeks to 6 weeks. But what I'm telling you is if you're listing 10 items every single day and you expect to sell 10 items in 45 days, you're wrongly mistaking that is not how this game works. Now, if you list 10 items a day, every single day consistent, it might take you 4 months. It might take you 13 months, right? The algorithm will catch up with you and you'll sell that amount of items a day. As long as you are finding items that are actually desirable to other people, right? Like, I don't know what this is even. Healthy feet buffing pad. I don't know. These will probably actually sell right here. But do your research. Don't list a dirty sock and, ask $20 for it. I mean, what the fuck? Like, unless you're a woman and you're in the dark market and never mind, we won't go there, but anyways. Don't list your socks, right? Don't list your dirty used socks. Nobody wants dirty used socks, right? Do your research. And do your research on your product. If you're going to sell electronics, be prepared. I did this and I did it for a year. Be prepared to do more testing on that product than you desire to do, right? Well, my biggest problem was I tested out for 5 minutes. Hey, the son of a bitch turned on. It plays tapes. It rewinds. It fast forwards. And it ejects. It does what it's supposed to do, right? That's not the case scenario. Some people turn that electronic on and they never shut it. You ever go to somebody's house and the radio's playing 24/7? Some people buy an item like that. They turn it on. They don't never shut it off. They always got to hear something in their house, right? So don't never shut it off. So your 5-minute test sometimes ain't good enough. If you're going to sell electronics, that's what it takes time. I would test it out for at least 15 minutes or 30 minutes and strongly test it out because I had a lot of returns, right? I've had a lot of returns on my items that worked when I used them. They said, hey, I turned it on 3 days ago and it don't work no more. I'm like, well, shit. If I got to test shit for 3 days, I'm never going to make any money, right? Unless I've had thousands of employees that could do that for me, right? And at this time, I don't have any employees. But this formula can up your game in 2023. And the crazy thing is, it is the common formula I picked up from like Daily Refinement, Tech and Sports, Rally Roots. All these people you all know probably and have seen on YouTube. I ignored them for a long time before I applied these. Okay, I'm like, no way, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to list whatever time of the day I want to. I'm going to, I'm going to list 20 items today and 14 items tomorrow and 62 tomorrow. You know what I mean? I did all that and I'm like, oh, I can't get no consistent sales. Like one day I might do fucking $500 in sales and the next day I'm selling 120. What the fuck is that, right? That's not right. It shouldn't be like that. Well, if you follow a plan and you stick to it, my Bella wants to say hi. Bella, say hi. Bella, say hi. Say camera. Hi. I'm going to be on YouTube, guys. I'm going to be on YouTube. That's our baby right there. But yeah, if you pick, like, do what I say, right? I'm not telling, look, you can acknowledge that, hey, this might actually work. Let me actually pick a routine and try it for 90 days. Because if you're not willing to try a routine for 90 days, you're going to be all the fuck over the place on eBay. I'm telling you, you're going to have days you're at freaking $60. You're going to have days you're at $390. You're going to have days you're at $220. You're going to have days you got 32. Hello, Moto. Sorry about that. But yeah, so until you get religious, and it helps, listen, picking the time of day you're going to list helps because mentally you know what you have to do at 5 p.m. tonight, right? Like me, I am going to be downstairs at 5 o'clock starting this process and I'll go to midnight, right? I'm adding an extra hour a day for the next 90 days to see how that works out for me, right? Look, you don't have to go from 0 sales today to $1 million in sales in fucking 6 months, guys. Matter of fact, you won't even know what to do if that ever happened. You wouldn't be able to keep up with it. I'm going to tell you that right now. There ain't no way. So slow growth is the best. 90-day intervals. Pick a number, stick with it for 90 days. Throughout that 90 days, you're going to grow throughout your sales. Your sales will increase without a doubt. And maybe you'll find out, okay, I've been doing this for 90 days. I've been listing 10 items every single day, and I'm at about 5 to 4 items sold a day, or 6 to 7 items sold a day, or 7 to 5, whatever, right? So I'm not caught up to the 10. So maybe I'll stretch this out this number I'm doing right now, 10, I'll stretch it out for another 30 days and see how that works. Right? And then maybe that 30 days will give you the time enough to get up to that 10 items sold every day. But it also might take you another 90. eBay's funny, man. Like, if they know, if they don't have to like guess, is he going to list or not today? Or is she going to list or not today? If they can feel that and you're proving that throughout your daily consistency, your sales, you listen to people like Daily Refinement, and he was listing 150 items a day, or actually 200 at one time, I believe. 200 items a day. He still wasn't selling that amount of items a day. He was selling like between 120 and 130, which is stellar, and it's amazing. And thank God for that guy, because I learned a lot from him, right? Super rad dude. So he wasn't even caught up to his own algorithm yet, right? He was doing 150 items a day, consistent for a year. He wasn't selling 100. He had some days where he sold that, actually. But, it wasn't caught up where that was a consistent sale every single day. But if you looked across his sales on his eBay store, they were pretty consistent across the board. You didn't see a lot of this shit, right? You might look at your store and see a lot of this. That's your inconsistency. That's showing you where you need to tighten up, right? Mine does it. Mine does it too, right? Mine, but there's been times where mine was right across the board. Whoop, right across the board. Whoop, right across the board. 10K a month, 11K a month, 12. That's where it was. And it stayed. But you know what? I was on fire, and I was disciplined, and I was zeroed in and focused, and nothing could break my focus, right? I'm getting back to that this year. I've actually already got back to that level of zeroed in focus. Nothing can break me, right? At this moment right now, nothing's going to break me. 2023, I thought 2022 was our year. It was. We had a lot of growth this year, guys and girls. We had a lot of growth this year. But this coming year, I'm seeing something. I'm seeing 60% growth. More than 50% guaranteed. Because I'm going to double the amount of items I'm listing on a daily basis. Yeah. I take fish oils now. I don't know if any of you guys take fish oils or girls. But if you take them on an empty stomach, which I did a little bit ago, and you burp, it's super healthy for your heart and your joints. But oh, good Lord, does it taste gross. And that's what just happened, so I apologize. But back to what I was talking about. I want to make sustainable. Listen, I don't even care, because with the income we're making right now, we can live comfortably. My main thing is I want to show that it's possible, right? I want to be an example of, hey, look, that fucking dude right there was 2 years ago, he wasn't shit. He was restarting a new store, and at year 4, the fucker did $1 million in sales. I want to be that guy so you can do it, right? I want to be that guy so you guys and girls know that it's possible for you, right? My biggest thing is I want to see people get out of poverty. It's a batshit crazy to me where we live in one of the richest countries. We're not in the richest. Like Dubai is like one of the richest countries in the world, right? I don't know why, because they got 0% tax on everything, right? You don't got to pay no taxes. 0%. You go buy something, you buy it for the dollar amount that it's. Anyways, let's get out of that. But we're in one of the richest countries out there. Oh, anybody in this group's probably got a cell phone, right? On the YouTube channel, probably got a cell phone. And there's like a mass majority of the population in poverty, right? It fucking blows my mind. Why? Look, I can't wrap my head around it anymore of why there is such a large amount of people in poverty, other than all the limiting mindsets that are around them. They don't see it as an opportunity. They don't think that it could be a reality to them, right? They don't think that they can come out of poverty because all they've seen their whole life was poverty, right? That's why they think, oh, it's just not in the books for me. No, yes, it can be in the books for you. It most definitely is in the books for you if you apply yourself every day. But you're not going to be able to do what you were doing for the past fucking 9 years in poverty if you want to come out of poverty. See, that's where people get confused. They want to be the same person with 10 times better pay. It ain't never going to work like that. You can't do the same shit throughout your day you were doing the past 10 years if you were living in poverty, right? $30,000 or under. Actually, in the United States, Poverty is greater than that, right? I don't know the exact number, but it's greater than 37. Worldwide, you know, if you make $30,000 a year worldwide, the whole 7 billion of us, you're actually part of the 1%. But in the United States, that's not true. It's a different number. I think it's actually quite a bit greater. You know, 44,000 in on somewhere on there. Don't get it twisted. I might be a little bit wrong, but it's around that area. If you're there and under, you're in poverty, right? And the majority of people are in poverty, and it blows my mind. It blows my mind how much information is on YouTube and Google, and people still choose to be broke. Why? I got in an argument with a person the other day on Facebook. Not really an argument, but a debate, right? It called me everything under the sun. She had 3 jobs. Her husband had 16 jobs, right? And they were still broke. I'm like, well, you're doing something fucking wrong, man. If the two of you have 6 jobs together and you're broke, you're fucking, don't you think you're doing something wrong? Like, are you overspending? Yeah, obviously you're working jobs that ain't paying that great if you got to work 3 jobs apiece, right? But my guess is they're trying to live a lifestyle that they can't afford, right? That's usually what happens. Actually, that's what happens a lot of times in people's life. They'll actually, they're spending 10 times more than they're making. You're making $60,000 a year, but you're driving a fucking $80,000 Corvette. That don't add up at all. You went and actually, it don't even got to be a Corvette. Whatever vehicle these days are costing 60 and 70 grand, right? People think, a vehicle, I got a 22-year-old Jeep and a 25-year-old van, right? Both in perfect running condition, don't owe a penny on them. We could go to the car lot and get a brand new car, but for what? To show off to somebody? It's stupid. Don't need it, right? People will go buy a house, go get, like, I don't want to get too far off of the formula, but it's true. This is what people do. I make $30,000 a year, but I'm going to go purchase a house that costs $280,000. I'm like, did you fucking bump your head out of the stair? Like, you can't afford that. Like, the next 45 years of your life, you're in debt, right? And then you're paying triple the value of the fucking house by the time it's done paid off. You ain't never getting out of that. I don't care. Okay, your credit score's a fucking 800. I don't give a fuck, right? If you're working at McDonald's, right, and you're making $15 an hour, and you buy a $200,000 home, you're fucking dumbass. That's stupid. You're living way outside of your means. Go rent an apartment for $500, $600, right? What the fuck do you need that $200,000 home for when you're not even making $30,000 a year? It's just bad. That's why so many people are in poverty, I believe. They live outside their means. Like, you don't got to take my advice from it. Take it from the people that studied psychology, like Jordan Peterson. One of the greatest psychologists that's ever lived. If you haven't ever heard of Jordan Peterson, I strongly suggest you look him up. Most people are living in poverty because they're living way outside their means. Now, this is a 40-year clinical psychologist, right, that understands people way better than me, right? But that's what they do. I've seen it in my own family. I've seen it in other people's families. I see it all around me. People, oh, bro, where'd you get that new car? Right? Oh, I'm in debt for the next 15 years of my life. Fucking, dude, you could have went and bought one for $4,000 that'll work for the next 10 years. You see, do you get what I'm saying, though? Why a lot of people are stuck in poverty? But with all the opportunities like what we have today, I told this woman that, hey, it's a choice that you're broke. Am I wrong? Look, Corey, if you got 6 different fucking jobs between you and your girlfriend, wife, or whatever you have, right? Or you and a friend, and you're living together, how the fuck are you two broke with 6 jobs? 6 source streams of income coming in, and you're broke. What's your automatic suggestion for that? You're overspending somewhere. You're spending some stupid money on some shit you don't need, probably. Right? We don't need much. We need food. We need water. Reliable transportation, probably, right? Unless she was BSing. Right. Maybe she was. Maybe she was bullshitting and just wanted to stir up some commotion. Because my comment basically was, with the technology today, if you're broke today, it's by choice. right? It is. Now, I'm not saying that overnight you're going to go from broke to fucking financially successful like you've never been. No, it's not going to happen. You might be broke for the next fucking 4 years, but so what? At least you're working towards something, right? At least you're working towards something. And eBay, I believe 1,000% that it is a very powerful platform to see a significant difference in your income levels in a year. In a year. I went 1 year, right? If I would have started a roofing company, needed all this, all the licenses and everything, all the tools needed, and go door to door and start pounding and trying to promote, get business cards, everything, all the good shit that comes with starting a small business. There is no way I would have been able to walk off my 9 to 5, I don't believe. And I roofed for 20 years, so I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit. But I don't think I would have been able to walk off my 9 to 5 in a year. I don't think I would have even been making profit because all that money would have been having to go back, back into the business. But with eBay, I was able to, in one season, which isn't even a complete year, guys and girls. One season, what I was doing, cutting grass, we started in about the end of March, early April. And once in a while, we'd go to December, right? Because our December's been weird here in Michigan. And within that time, I built up eBay enough on the side to say, wow, if I wasn't working an 8 to 10 hour day cutting grass, then I would probably blow the fucking doors off because my side hustle was making more money than my current 40 hour a week job status was at this time. So I'm like, it's stupid for me to go back to work for this company. And it sucks because one, and this might sound weird, I'm a guy, I guess, but I actually like cutting grass, right? I enjoyed that. And the people I worked with were cool as fuck, every one of them. Like my boss, cool ass fucking dude. I still got him on my Facebook. I still reach out to him here and there, and he does the same, right? Like, there's a guy named Rob on there, my buddy Floyd. There was quite a few people that worked with us that I actually enjoyed working with them. It was a good crew, but it just didn't pay enough, right? And I wasn't willing to just be okay with, hey, we got a great crew when me and my family can't fucking make it, man. Me and my family couldn't make it. So I was almost forced into, I got to figure out something, right? And you can do the same. Well, I hope this formula helps you guys out. If any of you guys are going to try this formula, let me know. I can send you pictures of it. I got it wrote down right in front of me. This is the first time in a long time I actually wrote some shit down and made a video on it. I figured, rattling it off the top of my head, I'm going to leave something out, which I tend to do a lot. But writing it down, I got it wrote down. Like, listen, just stick with your routine. And you got to write shit down, man. If you've been reselling for a little while, obviously you know what is selling for you. And if you're not getting a lot of sales, maybe it's because you're only listing 3 to 4 days a week, right? Maybe it's because you're only listing 5 days a week. Maybe it's only because you're only listing once a week, right? If you want good sales, list more consistently. And set out a plan. And seriously, just try it once. Look, if it don't work, you can tell me to fuck off, get on my content, tell me I'm a piece of shit and everything else, and I'll suck it up and be like, okay, my bad, right? But write some shit down, right? Write down how many items you're going to do a day. Get a whiteboard. Go to Walmart, buy a whiteboard for $7, and write the 8 things you're going to do down every single day on eBay. And at what time you're going to do it, right? Now, you don't got to write down what time you're going to do photos, what time you're going to start, and what time you're going to be finished, right? Now, you might not know your finish time right off the bat. But write down, okay, I, Corey, am going to start at 7 p.m. after I get home from my 9 to 5. And I'm not going to finish until I'm fucking done, right? So if you're doing 5 to 10 items and it takes you 2 hours, oh well. Just do it, nail it, do it for fucking 90 days and don't miss a day. You'll get results, I promise you that. You'll get results. So if you want to make, like, say, I don't know, you're making $20,000 extra a year on eBay, or maybe 40, or maybe 60, or maybe 80, or maybe fucking 250 grand. I don't know where you're at, right? But whatever you're making, if you want to double that, this is a very good start. Okay, this is a very good start to do a 90-day plan. I could have did a 30-day plan, but it isn't long enough. Okay, it should be a 120-day plan if you really want to know the truth. It should be a 120-day plan. But just at least 90 days, I think people can cope with, right? Here's what happens. 90 days is almost too long, and the reason I'll tell you why. 99% of the gym memberships that's like bought at Planet Fitness or whatever, they're always done before 90 days. January 1st, they start going. They don't see the results by February 15th, so they're fucking done. They give up. It's no different than eBay. You started strong in January. You started strong in February. You weren't getting the desired results by February 26th. So you say, fuck this shit, and you're done. Well, you definitely, I'll tell you one thing right now. If you do that, you definitely ain't never going to get good results. Anything you do in life, ever, you'll always be mediocre. I want a group, and I want people on eBay to be extraordinary. Why? Look, there's nothing different between extraordinary people and ordinary people. The only difference is the extraordinary person is willing to wake up maybe a little bit earlier and do one more extraordinary activity during the day than the ordinary person. Really, think about it. If you want to be extraordinary, whoever's in your circle, whatever they're doing, just do one more. You're going to be better at it in time. Like, if you want to be a better basketball player, stay on the court 10 more minutes than everybody else. Eventually, you're going to be the better basketball player. If you want to be a great swimmer, stay in the pool 10 more minutes. Eventually, you're going to be the extraordinary pool swimmer, right? If you want to get great sales on eBay, do it 10 more minutes. Do it an extra hour. Do it an extra 30 minutes. Pretty soon, you're going to be an extraordinary reseller. And that's how it is in life, right? People think that something about extraordinary people, we're going to use people like Elon Musk, but I don't know if he's human. He could be an alien, okay? I mean, the motherfucker's building electric cars and he's shooting the motherfuckers to the moon, okay? Or Mars or whatever, right? He might be an alien. But if you truly wanted to devour your whole life to something similar, why couldn't you do it? Your self-doubting beliefs, probably, number one, right? And plus, maybe that's not somebody to, never mind. Don't compare yourself to Elon Musk. I don't even think he's human. I think he's alien, right? You hear his videos, he's talking about, hey, work 80 to 100 hours a week. His next video say nobody should ever work as much as him, right? And they probably shouldn't, okay? But if you think about it, people like Steve Bezos or Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, he's an extraordinarily, he built an extraordinary business by being an extraordinary man, right? He's extra. If you want extra on eBay, do extra, right? You'll stop being that mediocre reseller. You'll stop being that part-time reseller. You'll start being that reseller that statistics prove 98% don't make it. Why do you think they don't make it? They're not doing 90-day intervals. They're not picking a time. Look, go look at any business you see and go look at their door. You overlook it every time you walk into the convenience store you go to every day. It says open from 6 o'clock in the morning till midnight. Open Monday, 6 o'clock in the morning till midnight. It does that for 7 days. That one thing hanging on that store is what's making that store successful. The routine and the schedule is what's making that store a fucking success. That shop you work at, whatever. It opens then, it ends then. Every single fucking day. You might get Saturday and Sunday off. I know some shops that are open 7 days a week. Pay attention to that stuff. They got a routine. Your routine is the formula for your success on eBay. How you organize your time. Matter of fact, it's 4 minutes past my time. Now I'm in trouble. But seriously, if you want any more extra info on this formula will get you to your goals. It definitely will, and I strongly encourage you to start small. Start small and graduate. Unless you're already to a point where you're listing 15, 20, 30 items a day, then, well, go after 32 items a day. Whatever, right? For the next 90 days, but do it for 90. Because you will not know if it's working if you don't do it for at least 90 days. The gym, you got most people. I've got great results in 40 days, but there was one time I was a little monster before. So muscle has memory. So it's coming back to me a lot faster, right? But most of the time, you got to be in the gym for at least 60 days. You might start seeing little results, but if you want massive results, it might take you a year. In 90 days, you'll see results in the gym. If you're going 5 days a week to the gym for an hour, 45 minutes to an hour at a time, if you don't see any results, man, get a hold of me. I'll try to help you out, right? I'll try to help you out there. You're clearly doing something wrong if you went for 90 days and you're getting 0 results. Because your body inevitably will get better through a course of 90 days if you start feeding it proper. You start hydrating it proper. You start doing an adequate exercise that's actually, gets your heart rate up a little bit, and you're actually, like concentrating on some muscle areas. Your body's got no choice but to make improvement, right? All right, it's your boy Flippin' Stoop. You guys have a rocking day and a better 2023. I'm going to be making a video. One thing that I'm going to do different this 2023 is I'm going to be keeping all of you with video content as often as possible. I'm setting out for 2 videos a day for the next 365 days. And every one of them 2 videos is going to be going to YouTube. So my biggest goal is to build a YouTube channel up to, as many subscribers as I can. I don't know. I can't guess how many subscribers would, but I'm going to do 2 videos a day and I'm going to upload them every single day. And if I don't, Corey, you better fucking hold me accountable, brother. Mad love and mad respect. It's your boy Flippin' Stoop.